Welcome, Savvy Seniors and everybody else. I appreciate you joining me today. I have some really interesting stuff to look at. Um, so I'm just gonna get straight to the point, and I don't know if how many people keep up with stocks because a lot of time in the crypto world, we're crypto, but there's also a lot of stock people. Like um, crypto has gotten me into stocks, which has been interesting. And I notice it does that for most of everybody. But let's dive right in, and I want you to look at the top screen here. That's the NASDAQ futures market. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now notice the lines. Let me line it up there. So right here matches with this candle. This is a weekly candle with the NASDAQ right here. Now notice this candle that I'm on right here, the top of it closed above this previous high week candle. Now I'm not including the wick. I'm talking about the candle body right there. We got a weekly candle body close above this, which is much more important than that wick. Yeah, people say it different, but that's what I like. Let's go back down to the bottom where this arrow is at, this big juicy green arrow. Um, if you notice under this arrow, uh, I'm so sorry. Under the arrow is the current weekly Bitcoin candle. So let's zoom in for a second. The arrow's above that. So here's the candle. Now, pay attention. This is the most important part. Uh, Starting from here, match the candle above it. We're gonna go backwards. Look at this candle and look at the candle up top. That's all we're doing. And we're gonna go left. So as you notice, the NASDAQ closed above its previous high right here. That's what I was just saying, that candle high. Look at Bitcoin. Oh, sorry. Sometimes the phones are tedious, but look at Bitcoin. So now we're gonna go left to right. So if we follow what the NASDAQ did, technically Bitcoin could explode up right here. I mean just skyrocket. And I'm gonna show you how. So let's match this blue candle and look at the one up top. So we're just gonna follow the candles perfectly with the NASDAQ. Watch this. Left to the right. We're gonna go this way. To the right, look at above. We're following it. It's a tiny candle. Look at this. We went to the big candle to the small candle. Look at the NASDAQ. Same exact thing. Bigger candle to the tiny candle. Go one more to the right. Look down at Bitcoin. Exact same thing. Go one more to the right. We went up again. Now look at this. The NASDAQ wick and the Bitcoin wick, and then down. NASDAQ down, Bitcoin down. One more. NASDAQ down, Bitcoin down. NASDAQ flat, Bitcoin flat. NASDAQ up, Bitcoin up. Now watch what this is gonna do. This is gonna show us what we should be expecting any mo not should be, but what can happen like any minute. Go one more to the right, same thing. Look at them. They're following exactly the same pattern. Now watch, we're gonna go down, down, down. Now what does the NASDAQ do on Friday? That's Friday's close of the NASDAQ. That's at all-time highs. A candle body close at all-time highs. So what would Bitcoin do if it continued to follow that pattern? Well, look right here. Look at this. We haven't made the up move like the NASDAQ did on Friday on its close. Guess what? Our close is in a couple hours. The Bitcoin closes tonight at 7 p.m. The NASDAQ again went above, it closed above that high. So if Bitcoin does the exact same thing and closes above this high, this tweezer top, a candle body close this ending week, which is at 7 p.m., we would skyrocket in the next few hours up here. Is that possible? Sure it is. Will it happen? I don't know, but Um, so far it's happened almost perfectly. So uh, does history always repeat? Sometimes. Does it rhyme? Sure it does. Will Bitcoin do this with next week's candles opening starting at 7 p.m. and do it overnight like it loves to? Bitcoin moves when we're sleeping. It moves with Forex. Early morning, early wee hours of the morning when we're all snoring is when Bitcoin makes its biggest moves, just like the stock market. But the London Open, you wake up at 4 or 5 a.m., you might be seeing Bitcoin going to the moon like the NASDAQ did. And I don't mean the moon, but getting back to the all-time highs, maybe up at this trend line and above it, just like the NASDAQ did. Look where it's sitting at right now. Bitcoin is on the exact same spot, doing the exact same thing. The next thing so pay attention tonight, tomorrow, next week, or maybe we'll wake up to $111,000 Bitcoin. Who knows? But let's take a look at this. This is even a little bit more fun over here. This is the Fibonacci extension from the previous $69,000 all-time high. Now look at this. Can Bitcoin go up to the 4236? Sure, it can. Well, let's talk about the past. I mean, the probability of Bitcoin going to the 274,000 to 275, the probability of Bitcoin reaching the 4236 Fibonacci extension depends on several different factors, including market sentiment. Historical price action always matters. And what more important than what's happening right now? Macroeconomics conditions. Well, here's how we break that down. So, factors supporting all this is, I mean, Bitcoin historically has often hit the 1618 or the 2618 extensions. That's in the past cycles. It happened. Now look where those are at. Are you following me? Look where these are at. The 1618, that's 130,000-ish. The 2618, that's 190,000. Guess what? Bitcoin exceeded the 3618 extension from its prior cycle. Where is that at? 242,000? I'm not zooming too much, and that's enough for me. Well, guess what? If the current bull market mirrors past ones, the 4236 is possible. It's an aggressive move, but man, it is possible. And here, I mean, for example, we have the halving just happened like before. Historically, Bitcoin sees a major rally 6 to 12 months post halving, like 2017, like 2021. Um, Reasons behind that: reduced miner rewards. Now, that could push price discovery into higher extension zones for sure. Another, institutional and ETF adoptions. We're seeing that happening right in front of our very eyes. With Bitcoin spot ETFs now active, demand from institutional investors could drive prices beyond previous highs. Also, if inflows continue, Bitcoin could push towards the 3618, the 4236 range with not much stopping it. In my, this is my opinion. This is what I feel, but it definitely, like most conditions, doesn't have to be right. But we're using historical analysis to come in confluence with the Fibonacci extension levels, and the NASDAQ. They're all lining up. Now think about this. Don't go to sleep now. I'm not telling you to buy at all, but man, just pay attention. Don't miss this move. The FUD is out there. The FUD is real. The news is negative. People are always on TV right now. Planes are crashing. The trains were in the past. I think we're past the trains. Now we're into, I mean, it's a hot mess, and that creates fear and economic uncertainty and with your own funds. Uh, so let's talk about some more reasons we can still keep going up. The macroeconomic headwinds, right? For example, if interest rates remain high, and I think this is interesting, but if interest rates remain high or recession hits, liquidity tends to dry up, making a parabolic move less likely. However, when things tighten up like that, like in the past, we get the small crashes and then boy, it goes up. But that's not what I'm expecting. I'm just talking a small possibility, but more likely it's gonna be the BTC has historically struggled during tight financial conditions. Now, I think that's based on retail because the tight financial conditions that are expected in recessions and like we went through, I don't know. Bitcoin has been doing really well in the result of said session recessions during this bull market. It went straight up and it didn't stop. In said recession with said high interest rates like it's expected for the market to act and all the fear is created. Well, guess what? It's just bombshelled. It has mooned. The NASDAQ mooned, as you can see, it never stopped. It just continued. Look at the NASDAQ. I mean, we haven't stopped. My God, just look at this. How far do we go back, right? I mean, I know, but I want you to see. Um, Straight up and to the right. That's what the stock market does. That's what Bitcoin does. Does it have pullbacks? Sure, it does. Do we go up and to the right continuously? Absolutely. That's historically happened, and that's what continues to happen. So, more reasons for of any of these large movements could be regulatory tongue twister, and black swan risks, right? So we have to pay attention to everything that's going on right now. Do I believe the fear is pushing retail out of the market as big money stacks in DCAs? Absolutely. Could I be wrong? Sure, I could. Well, anyway, government's increase in crypto regulations is a major exchange collapse. I've been a part of that. Like this is another reason the government tries to tighten up, but I think we have a government now that is trying to back Bitcoin in so many different ways. There's pro Bitcoin, and that's just go on X and follow political. This is another reason I would look at politics is to understand which senators, etc., are backing Bitcoin. As you see, Trump's buying Ethereum. He just purchased more. It's in his wallet, so that's interesting. Nobody's paying attention to. There's so much FUD around Ethereum, should I say? And he seems to be continuing to buy it. So, let's look at a couple more things here. Probabilities. Um, for example, when maybe Bitcoin could hit that 4236 fib extension, which is up there at 275,000-ish. And that may sound crazy, but look at the NASDAQ and look how we're following it. So the odds of hitting it, well, I would say quarter one, quarter two, which is what we're in now. I would say 10 to 20%. People are expecting higher. Many are talking about a May top, and that's the end. And I'm still thinking as usual November because the percentage of the quarter two here top is low. It's 10-20%. The mid-cycle quarter three, quarter four, I would say 40-50% based on odds. If Bitcoin surpasses 123,000 to 144,000, and demand remains strong. A push to 176,000 becomes very feasible. I like and history likes the late cycle blow off top. That has a higher probability. That's 60%. If a parabolic rally occurs like 2017 or 2021 and overshoot towards the 4236, which is up there at 273,000, it's possible before a major correction. Now, that is what you get ready for. So you're preparing, hopefully stacking your bags down at these lows or lower. I only say hopefully because I'm also hoping that history repeats itself. Hope is a bad word. I don't like hope, but keep hope alive, I guess, right now. So things we need to continue to watch out for is volume, ETF inflows. Pay attention to these macro conditions. Um, I mean, past cycles suggest a major top between the 2.6 and 4.26 extensions. So if you can pay attention to somebody with keeping up with the fib levels and keep up with history, 2.618 and the 4.236 is what you want to pay attention to for maybe starting to take profits at the 2.618, which is sitting right here around 190,000, and then you take profits in this area. If we even go that far, I think 243 is not a problem. Why not? It's the same. It's history. History did it, and so did it do 275? Well, not the price, but the fib extensions. Um, yeah, that's. I just wanted to do a quick video. We'll take a quick look at some individual coins. So Netflix, if you're into stocks, I mean, boy, it just hasn't stopped going up, right? We've all seen that Tesla with Elon having all his fun. Now, mind you, with all the cuts, I did read that um, somehow the government purchased, whatever, 100 or however many, and they bought a bunch of Cybertrucks. I find that interesting, but I don't judge Google, iBit, the Nvidia. NVIDIA. Look at the channel I got it in. What's NVIDIA gonna do? And we're not here for that, but pay attention to it. Intel. That's a big reason that's there, because that word keeps coming out of Trump's mouth. Um, Marvell is the the fun. It's like trading altcoins compared to Bitcoin. That compared to Intel. And so when I heard Trump keep speaking about Intel, I went and found the fun stock, and that's it. And let's quickly go down to Sol. Drop below 200,000. It's still holding the previous support over here. I'm not gonna go too far left. Doge, I love my Doge. As you can see, I already had, well, I wasn't planning to share this, but it's there, so let's take a look at it. Now, this is Doge, the history of Doge almost, right? I went back pretty far there. I think it goes back to 2017-ish, and I have a couple channels I drew. These are just trend lines. I was having some fun. I'm just trying to get it right here so everyone can see my work. Uh, so I mean, what else can you ask for, right? Out of these trend lines, we got sideways, up, hit the top trend line, sideways, and notice you're staying. You come right back into these same channels. Look at this consolidation. Consolidation. Bitcoin was tight, broke up. This is a lot of history of BTC right here. Look at the sideways. I mean, look at that. I mean, Dogecoin, sorry. Doge, this is my baby. Why am I saying BTC? Doge is my baby. I love me some Doge. XRP 10 moved a little harder, but I feel like Doge may catch up at some point. Now, notice this is 2021. We were consolidating. Guess where we're consolidating at? Down here, consolidation, 2022, consolidation. this- And then now we started to move up in the same trend. And look at this. This is Doge, right? I mean, do we just continue up like this? I mean, why not? Because guess what? Look at the dates at the bottom of the screen. Look where November ends up, right at the top of my green level. Oh, 85 cents. Doge to a dollar. I mean, it can easily in November or this summer go straight to, or sorry, not even this summer, but um, any time now, we can get the impulse move straight up. And you can go up to this trend line, 54 cents, back here, 49 cents. And you can do this until September, as you see down below, November, December. I would say maybe November, December, like that's history, October, November, December. And rejection off of a dollar. Bitcoin, the any chart finds 80 cents to be resistance at times. It's a common number that plays out where if it's $1.80 or 80 cents or 280 or $80, 800 in the 20, 40, 60, 80s, but I notice 80 is a big one after staring at the charts for a couple years, almost four. And so, yeah, so that's possible. Now, Ave, Ave, what the pullback on Ave, right? I mean, I think I might have some trend lines down here I was playing with. I had a different Aave chart somewhere, but it's all good. Let's turn on the hybrid trading system so we can see our bright green candles. And guess what? Like my previous videos, we recovered the green candles. What I don't like is you do recover them and more, and maybe that's what we just did here is we went below the two green candles, recovered it and some, right? Coming up to that tweezer top. I like to call them tweezer tops. I hear it. It's been, anyway, so what I like to say, it's pretty fun to say. And here's a technically a tweezer bottom. Um, yeah, and I don't think that's gonna change because I'm still looking for the impulse up on everything, along with BTC. Let's see, XRP. I looked at that. Nothing, it's the same thing. Follow Bitcoin, follow the NASDAQ. We're right here on the weekly. Wait, just like the NASDAQ, just like BTC, waiting for the impulse up, the next move for XRP here. Um, I guess better time now than ever. There's the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, I think, is at 54. So it's up a little bit, but I'll take that for a move up. Much more than um being at the high 60. Man, when I see that I start getting nervous because of greed, too much greed. There's so much money in the market, and the big money's going to take it. The market makers, they don't if they see it, it's going to be taken, and not even them. The algos kind of hunt our money, and that's why we have to fight. We have to fight to win at all in this game. So, we took a look at XRP, Aave, Doge. What else do we have in here? Vinecoin. Yeah, that's an interesting one, and I know like the buy zone, but hey, it could go to zero. Uh, Link is down a little bit. I know that was one of Trump's buys. I expect it to go back up, but there are these big green candles down here. And I'm thinking bear market lows maybe because I feel like we're gonna just continue up like the NASDAQ as we've always done. Um, Chainlink is this is a coin that apparently Trump bought and along with Ethereum, and maybe we should copy trade him like the um all the senators and everybody else in the world that's in the end have copy traded Pelosi for the last 4 years. She made all her money. Well, so did the people copy trading her. So it's interesting how that works. That's Rune up top. We talked about that yesterday. Rune is nice. Look at this. Bear market lows, bear market lows. Where are we at now? Bear market lows. Do we impulse out of this like we've never seen before and get above the previous all-time high at $21? Why not? And I even think it could happen sooner than later. I like that bottom down there, but what I like doesn't always matter. Let's see if it matters this time. Is there anything else we need to check out? Litecoin's doing its thing. Uh, Trump's coin just got completely demolished. But I mean, who wasn't expecting that, right? I sure was. I just didn't think it would go that much. But Ondo's another one that I hear is in his portfolio. If anybody looks at his wallet, I don't look at it, but I keep an eye on these. Degen for the degenerates in here. Let's degen our life away as we trade the 1 minute. I enjoy that sometimes just for the fun. Uh, Coin went to literally. I mean, it just pooped all over itself. What else are you gonna do, right? Um, I memes are fun, but boy, are they dangerous. Look how, man, well, this what a surprise, right? I haven't checked it out in a while. I did have some uh many, many years ago. Well, maybe not. It feels like it in the crypto world. It's been a year or two, I don't know. But look what it did. And what I'm seeing as soon as I open up the chart, 23 lows, lows, lows. 24. That's this time. That's the end of the year. That's bear market lows. September lows, November 24. And where are we again? Right? And we're go left, we're finding support right here. As you see, support. We're right back here at these bottoms.